Welcome to 602 Row Show. I'm going to take you through season-long format fantasy Bachelorette, specifically for the Rose League app. Although, if you happen to find it anywhere else anymore on the internet, it's going to be exactly the same. Because there's only one right way to play season-long fantasy Bachelor and Bachelorette. Essentially, what you're doing is you need a team of 5. You have 100 roses, just like in our normal game, to pick your lineup. Now, these prices are set. They don't flex based on night one. We go into the season with the prices locked in. It's based on how much exposure guys get on Instagram, things that we know, things that we might know, the amount of followers that guys have. It just really takes everything that we have and combines it into a number. The number is converted into a salary, and you move from there. So you need 5 players, and you can pick any 5 that you can get in under that salary cap. Some are more expensive and some are cheaper. It's about finding the value. It's about dialing in and really finding who wins, who gets close to winning, identifying a villain, and then maybe getting cheaper guys that go deeper into the competition. So that's the concept that I use when I'm setting lineups. It's a great way to think about how you play. It's called depth of competition. Who lasts the longest? Conceptually, the more screen time you have, the more points you're going to have. Well, the more episodes you're in, the more screen time you should have. So the idea is that you want the guys to go furthest into the competition. It would be great to have the winner. You can't always have the winner. You can't always have top 2, top 3, top 5. It's very difficult to back into that. So you want to use everything you know about Bachelor, Bachelorette, and specifically the fantasy points and the way the points are scored in order to make sure that you're at the top of the leaderboard at the end of the season. So a couple tools at your disposal there. Obviously, you can go digging around on the internet for spoilers. Now, some of that data is going to be cooked into the numbers already. So obviously, having an idea of how the season plays out will help you. Now, I've seen some leagues where you're not allowed to do that. It's the honor system, but there's a lot of cash that changes hands for season-long competition. That's what got me into fantasy in the first place, was season-long competition for big money. Never thought I'd say that. But it's up to you and your group of friends how you play. I am a big proponent of you go and get all the information you can. You can know the outcome of each episode, but not know what happens in the edit. And that's where your knowledge as a viewer of Bachelor, Bachelorette comes into play, is you really have to nail the edits. You have to be able to identify the villain and know what that means from a point perspective. You have to think about the narratives that they're going to give the main characters on this show and how that's going to play out for fantasy points. So again, I always recommend having as much information as possible, but really you're trying to pick your winner. If you have your winner and you have a villain, you're going to do pretty well. And it's just about filling in the gaps. You have to decide for you what makes more sense. You can grab high dollar guys or pair them with the low dollar guys, or go right down the middle. A lot of psychology in it. It depends on what other people in your league are picking, and then what do you think the show is going to do with their edit, understanding that the editing's not done. They're still working on the show as it airs. So a lot of moving parts there, but there's some tools inside the app that you can use following night 1, because season long doesn't lock until week 2. Nothing that happens night 1 is worth any points for season long. So you really want to look at ownership percentage for night 1. That's in the app, and you can kind of see where the rest of Bachelor Nation falls in how much they like these guys. A lot of people just pick the guys that they like, the guys that they want to watch on the show and like have an extra rooting interest for. So you want to look at those, and you can get a really good idea of who people like and who people don't like. And if there's a guy that's criminally underowned in episode 1, and you have information or knowledge or a feeling that he goes deep into the competition, that might be a pivot point. That might be somebody you pick that other people aren't picking because they don't like him, or there's not been a whole lot of exposure to him yet. So really, you get to decide how your game flow works, and you get to decide with your league, with your group of friends, co-workers, how exactly you want that system to work. So if you have any specific questions, feel free to reach out to me. The Discord is a great spot. That's a conversation going on there about season long. So have fun with it. It's a completely different game. You only set your roster one time. It's locked in for the whole year. So once you pick your guys, you really just have that rooting interest throughout, but you don't have to do any new research. You don't have to make changes every single week. You lock it in and you forget about it. Well, hopefully you're checking the leaderboards, but you don't have to make any changes. So that's season long. A little bit different than our normal game, but I would encourage everyone to give it a shot. It's free with your entry, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to track throughout the year and see if what you thought was going to happen actually plays out. It holds you accountable a little bit. My season-long picks are going to be posted on the Club 602 channel. Look out for those. That'll be like really, really late Sunday night because I don't want people to steal my picks. Thanks for joining us. And again, if you have any questions, just reach on out. 602 Rose Show. We'll see you out there.